and falling prices. Now, when most people first hear these 12 visions, they may automatically dismiss the 12 visions as some type of unrealistic utopia. You may think to yourself, there's no way human beings can have all that perfection in this currently imperfect world. It may seem far-fetched, easily dismissible, even kooky, as the 12 visions seem in this stinking, collapsing America. But remember something. The world has never seen a great technological revolution. Never. And the example we use is the personal computer revolution. How that is just a small microcosm and a forerunner to the great technological revolution. Just imagine your buying power in general multiplying 1,000-fold while all the super technologies and the super entrepreneurs race forward. So just imagine it for a moment. And let's maybe take the 12 visions and condense them down to maybe the 7 campaign visions, something that may speak more directly to the person in the street. And those would be having unprecedented security, universal wealth. How about universal health, job explosion and evolution, extraordinary marriages and love? How about educating geniuses? And finally, eradicating crime and terrorism. Now tonight we're going to focus on Vision 5. Get the job of your dreams. Or another way of saying that is the job explosion and evolution. So let's dig in. So just imagine a world in which every working adult was, in essence, an energized entrepreneur building his or her own fortune. And just imagine 100 million super entrepreneurs pouring endless energy and creativity into America alone, teaming up with the super technologies and sending civilization into new wealth not even measurable by today's standards. So basically, the American enterprise system has to undergo a definitive job revolution. In fact, basically, jobs at all levels will become entrepreneurial. And of course, entrepreneurs use their minds every day, day after day. And with that growing, stimulated mind, 21st century working adults basically left behind our old tendencies of automatically reacting to a set routine, and they actually surprised themselves as they grew more and more creative until, lo and behold, they themselves became super entrepreneurs and eventually geniuses of society, overflowing with exhilaration and pride and success. So let's dig a little deeper into that. So sometime in this century, after a 12 Visions Party president is elected, and that president begins to pull back the current regulations which are basically holding down all of us, but more importantly, the geniuses of society. So he removes that burden. The geniuses begin to rise up and begin creating values which we have never seen before. And it's at that point where other businesses will basically have no choice but to evolve beyond their currently the outmoded jobs of labor, and you may have heard us use that term before, or a routine rut, or another way is a set routine. For most of us, when we're at our jobs, are basically what we call value producers. Basically, someone in that business at one time or another created a value, and each of us, in our own way, help produce that value. And one thing about a value producer is all that does is just maintain the business. There is no creativity when you basically are a value producer. Yes, your set routine may change day to day, but you're not really using your mind. You're doing the same routines day after day. And that's where that burden of life that we've talked about before comes in. And it's not until that great technological revolution where the geniuses come up that we're able to move out of that value production mode. So like I said, basically the businesses will have no other choice but to get out of that jobs of labor or routine rut. And basically, in order to remain competitive with the geniuses that are beginning to rise up in this great technological revolution. And that's the same thing that happened in the computer businesses. They had to rely on the people's creativity at that job, because without the people's creativity, nothing can happen. So basically, all businesses basically had to tap into their greatest asset, and that's the creativity of each and every employee. And that basically caused a job revolution, and it basically eliminated our boring routine ruts and turned them into exciting jobs of the mind. So basically, America, we not only have to set free the country's existing entrepreneurs, but we have to set free entrepreneurs in all jobs and create 100 million in-house entrepreneurs. But as America enterprises move beyond the old division of labor and they move into basically jobs of the mind, and we also call that value creation. Because you see, the essence of business is to build wealth. And the way you build wealth is through the creation of new or improved products or marketing. And basically, the division of essence breaks down businesses into jobs of the mind, in which each and every employee himself, not just the founder and the top executives, actually builds wealth, and they share in those profits and those equities. Just imagine that. You yourself would contribute to the profits of the business and then share in that profit or that equity. So basically, to wrap up the presentation and before we get into the open discussion, there's two possible ways for us to actually get into this Vision 5, land the job of your dreams. The first way for most of us who are value producers is to wait for the 12 Visions Party president to become elected, allow the great technological revolution to take place, and allow those geniuses of society to force the business you're at to change, where you will basically learn how to become an in-house entrepreneur. Or there is a second way, and you'll hear more about that with the two presenters we have coming up next. By using the Neothink literature, the tools and techniques in there, you can either create the job of your dreams right there at your current job of work. You'll learn the tools and techniques. You can do that without leaving your job. Or for those that want to step out on their own, use the same tools and techniques and build your own business, the business of your dreams. So with that, I'd like to bring on Karlton Roberts.
Larry, before we bring Karlton on, we're going to take a quick break. Okay, this is the Officers of the 12 Visions Party National Committee, and you're listening to NTR. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Like it's changing our planet, one hand and one heart at a time. Reintegrating the love and the wisdom we find. Sharing the knowledge, creating a world that's sublime. Wrapping ourselves in the freedom the prime law creates.